Welcome to the History and Heritage podcast with me, Liam Blake. Join me as we uncover hidden stories and insights that shaped our world. From mysteries to legacies, join us on this journey through time. There is no truer, more loyal, or more intrepid dog than the Irish Terrier. So that, dear listener, was a quote from Vero Shaw in their book, The Illustrated Book of the Dog from 1879. And it's a declaration that, for anyone who has ever known any Irish Terrier, rings with the clarity of truth. In the middle decades of the 19th century, as Ireland was still struggling to recover from the devastation of the Great Famine and the profound social upheavals that followed, a small wiry dog with a flame-coloured coat and a spirit to match was quickly making its way into the hearts and homes of rural families. The Irish Terrier was, above all, a dog of necessity. Its keen senses and boundless energy put to work ratting in barns, guarding turf stacks from pilferers, and alerting families to approaching danger, whether from strangers or from the wild animals that lurked beyond the cottage door. The presence of the Irish Terrier is felt in the corners of both folklore and family memory, a constant companion in the daily struggle for survival. Rarely did these dogs carry a name. They were simply known as the dog, or sometimes the little red terrier. Their value lay not in pedigree papers or show ribbons, but in their ability to be both protector and friend. Their rough coats and sharp eyes a reassuring sight in the uncertain world of rural Ireland. The origins of the Irish Terrier are as misty as the Irish countryside itself, rooted more in oral tradition and practical need than in the carefully recorded bloodlines of aristocracy. By the 18th century, records from the counties of Cork, Limerick and Kerry, and parts of Connacht, mention a rough-coated terrier, versatile in its duties and consistent in its type. These dogs were medium-sized, with keen, intelligent eyes and a fiery temperament that matched the vibrant hue of their coats. While the coat colour did vary, sometimes wheaten, sometimes sandy, occasionally even brindle, it was the striking red strain that became prized, not only for its visual distinction, but for its symbolic resonance. In a land where this reddish-orange colour was increasingly associated with national identity and pride, the Irish Terrier's coat became a badge of honour, a living emblem of the spirit of the people. As the 19th century progressed, the Irish Terrier began to step out of the shadows of rural obscurity and into the limelight of the Victorian dog show boom. In 1873, the term Irish Terrier made one of its earliest appearances in a dog show in Glasgow, where terriers described as originating in Ireland were exhibited under this new label. By 1875, these dogs were appearing at exhibitions across both Britain and Ireland, their characteristics still fluid but their identity slowly crystallising. The standard was informal, but a recognisable type was emerging. A dog with a wiry, weather-resistant coat, a deep but narrow chest, straight front legs and a head that balanced intelligence and determination. Then, in 1879, a critical threshold was crossed. That year saw the founding of the Irish Terrier Club in Dublin, led by Dr. Richard J. Carey and William Graham of Belfast. Together, they formalised the breed, publishing the first written standard that clearly articulated what made the Irish Terrier unique. The red coat colour, the straight front legs and the deep but narrow chest, and the wiry texture of the coat all became essential features. That same year, a dog named Killiney Boy, a striking red male shown at Alexandra Palace in London, cemented this visual template that the future Irish Terriers would follow. Killiney Boy is widely regarded as one of the foundational sires of the modern breed, his name appearing in early pedigrees and his influence lauded in contemporary descriptions. The late 1870s and early 1880s witnessed an extraordinary surge in the popularity of the Irish Terrier. By 1881, the breed became the first terrier to be formally recognised by the English Kennel Club under its national designation, a remarkable achievement for a breed from a country that was still at this point under British rule. This recognition was not just a triumph for the dogs themselves, but for the people who had bred and cherished them. The rise of the Irish Terrier dovetailed with an emerging sense of Irish cultural identity in the decades leading up to the political independence. In a sense, the Irish Terrier was a dog of the people, brave, unpretentious, reliable and proud, a living symbol of the resilience and spirit of Ireland. The Irish Terrier was also one of the first breeds to win a significant animal welfare battle. By the 1880s, many of the terrier breeds were being shown with cropped ears, a practice that involved the surgical removal of part of the ear to create a sharper silhouette. Advocates of the Irish Terrier, however, strongly opposed this practice, arguing that the natural ear set was an integral part of the breed's native character. By 1889, the Irish Terrier Club had succeeded in banning ear cropping for the breed in show competitions. This was a rare early example of organised resistance to cosmetic mutilation, decades before animal welfare legislation made such practices commonplace. As the breed's popularity grew, Irish Terriers began to travel far beyond their native shores. Irish immigrants took their dogs with them to Britain, Australia, Canada, and especially the United States. In 1881, the first Irish Terriers were recorded in the United States, and by only 4 years later, in 1885, the American Kennel Club had officially recognised the breed. The Irish Terrier quickly won admirers across the Atlantic, its courage and tenacity making it a favourite among farmers, hunters and city dwellers alike. In 1901, so only 6 years after our last time check, US President Theodore Roosevelt was reported to have kept an Irish Terrier named Jack, whom he praised for his courage and tenacity, a testament to the breed's enduring appeal. But it was in the mud and chaos of the First World War that the Irish Terrier's reputation reached a new heights. From 1914 onwards, thousands of dogs were employed by the British War Office in military operations, delivering messages, detecting enemy movement, locating wounded soldiers, and acting as morale boosters in the trenches. Irish Terriers proved ideally suited to this grim, arduous work. Their loyalty, intelligence, compact size, and resistance to harsh conditions made them natural war dogs, capable of enduring the unimaginable hardships of the front lines. One such dog was the very famous Paddy, an Irish Terrier smuggled aboard the New Zealand troopship Maunganui in October 1914 by Sergeant Major Beaumont Woodhead. Though technically a stowaway, Paddy quickly proved his worth during the Gallipoli campaign. Wearing a custom-made red coat, Paddy became a symbol of hope and resilience for the men of the 7th Regiment. When he emerged from his hiding place 2 days into the voyage, sniffing the salt air with his characteristic swagger, Colonel William Malone, a strict disciplinarian, initially ordered the dog to be confined, but the battalion rallied around Paddy, arguing that he was no mere pet, but a vital part of their unit. Malone relented, and Paddy became the only dog officially recognised in the New Zealand Expeditionary Force's main body. Moving forward to April 25th, 1915, the Wellington Battalion landed at Anzac Cove under a hail of Turkish gunfire. The men scrambled up the rocky slopes, their packs heavy and their rifles slick with seawater. Paddy, unleashed and bewildered, darted through the scrub, barking at the nasty, snappy, whining noises of bullets. By dusk, he lay motionless in the dirt, exhausted by the day's ordeal. A soldier nudged him with a boot, only to be met with a low growl. Paddy wasn't dead, just tired. Just dog-tired, as the men would later joke. Over the following months, Paddy became a fixture in the trenches. During the Battle of Chinook Bair, he raced ahead of the charging troops, reaching Turkish positions first to bark defiantly at the enemy. His presence was a paradox, a streak of red fur in a landscape of mud and blood, both mascot and combatant. The men swore he could sense incoming shells, his ears twitching seconds before the whistle of artillery. But Gallipoli took its toll. By August, constant bombardment had left Paddy nearly deaf, his once bold demeanour reduced to trembling at sudden noises. Evacuated to Egypt in December 1915, Paddy regained some vigour as the battalion trained in the desert, but it was on the Western Front where this legend truly solidified. Assigned to the quartermaster's staff, a strategic move to keep him behind the front lines, he became a master scavenger, sniffing out food storms and warm billets. The men, now part of a newly formed 2nd Wellington Battalion, promoted him to Scout Sergeant Major, sewing 4 blue chevrons onto his custom red coat to mark his years of service. Paddy's war ended not with a whimper, but with a parade. In 1918, he marched into Germany with occupation forces, his coat gleaming, his posture a testament to 9 lives spent dodging death, to use a cat phrase. When the battalion returned to New Zealand in 1919, Paddy faced one last battle, 6 months of British quarantine, but the men wouldn't be denied. Letters flooded the Army Department demanding his repatriation. In February 1920, he stepped onto Wellington's docks, greeted by veterans who wept at the sight of, quote, the little dog who outlived the war. Paddy was no anomaly. Across the front, Irish Terriers proved their mettle. In the mud of Flanders, a dog named Prince made headlines by trekking alone from London to Armentières to reunite with his owner, Private James Brown. How Prince crossed the English Channel remains a mystery, but once there he became a ratter extraordinaire, clearing trenches of vermin and lifting spirits. These dogs embodied the breed's essence, adaptability wrapped in spirit. Their compact size allowed them to dart through trenches. Their wiry coats repelled filth and frost, but it was their loyalty that resonated most deeply. As one soldier wrote, they didn't care about the politics, they just knew we were theirs. In 2016, Paddy's story resurged during Anzac Day commemorations, his red coat replicated in children's books and regimental museums. Today, the Irish Terrier remains a living artefact of resilience. From famine-era ratting to the trenches of Gallipoli, they have carried the weight of history on lean shoulders. Their story is one of quiet courage, of loyalty forged not in comfort, but in necessity. For those who have had the privilege of sharing their lives with an Irish Terrier, there is a special understanding, a recognition that this is a breed apart, a dog whose spirit and heart are unmatched. It's no wonder that, for so many, the Irish Terrier is not just a favourite breed, but a symbol of all that is best in the canine world. Indeed, the Irish Terrier's journey through history is a testament to its unique character. In rural Ireland, the breed continues to serve both as a guardian and companion long after the wars had ended. Farmers and families relied on their Irish Terriers to protect livestock, to keep vermin at bay, and to provide a constant reassuring presence in an ever-changing world. The dog's intelligence and independence made them ideal for a wide range of tasks. From herding to hunting, their loyalty to their families was legendary. Across the Atlantic, Irish Terriers found new roles in a rapidly modernising society. In America, their courage and tenacity made them popular choices for police and military work. Stories abound of the Irish Terriers tracking down criminals, searching for lost children, and even detecting explosives. Their versatility and adaptability made them ideal for a wide range of tasks, and their spirited personalities won them admirers wherever they went. Yet, despite their many talents, Irish Terriers never lost their essential character. They remained, at heart, dogs of the people. Unpretentious, as I said, reliable and fiercely loyal. As we look to the present day, the Irish Terrier continues to inspire. Breed enthusiasts around the world work tirelessly to preserve the breed's unique qualities, ensuring that future generations will know the joy of sharing their lives with these remarkable dogs. Competitions, shows and working trials celebrate the breed's heritage, while modern breeders strive to maintain the health, temperament and working ability that have always set the Irish Terrier apart. In recent years, there has been a renewed interest in the breed's history and its role in shaping the world as we know it today. Museums, books and documentaries have, as I said, brought the stories of dogs like Paddy and Prince to a new audience, reminding us of the profound impact that animals can have on human lives. The Irish Terrier, with its fiery coat and fearless heart, stands as a testament to the enduring power of loyalty, courage and love. As we close this chapter on the Irish Terrier, I want to thank you for joining me in exploring the last of Ireland's native dog breeds to achieve universal recognition. While I soon will be returning to the Kerry Beagle, the only Irish dog breed recognised by the Irish Kennel Club but not by the FCI, this isn't the end of our journey through Ireland's native animals. In fact, I'll be continuing the series with other native Irish breeds beyond just dogs, just as I did with the Connemara pony, uncovering the rich tapestry of animals that have shaped Ireland's history. If you'd like to follow along or share your own thoughts, you can always find me on Instagram at Liam Blake Podcaster. There's so much more to discover as we celebrate the living heritage of Ireland's remarkable native breeds and of Ireland as a nation.